Welcome again from Skybus Oval as we look forward to the big clash between Launceston and Lauderdale. Two playing three today, fourth game for both sides, so leading to the finals. Just a reminder to all the patrons that the playing areas out of bounds between breaks, except for players and officials, so the pressure. And before we get the game underway today,
But anyhow, it's all fixed now. We slept on it last year. We went to the bottom of the ground last year. I don't know reputation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Skybus Oval in Lauderdale, Tasmania for round 10 Tasmanian State League action between the home team, Lauderdale Bombers, and the Launceston Blues, who have travelled down the Midland Highway from the Northern Capital. My name's Brent Costello. Great to be with you for round 10 TSL action on a Saturday afternoon, and joining me this afternoon is Ryan Rosendale. Ryan, good afternoon, and this should be a cracker.
G'day, Brent. Pleasure to be with you again today, mate. Yeah, it should be an absolute belter down at Skybus Oval today. Obviously, two teams that are looking to solidify their spot in the top four come the back end of the season. Lonnie currently sitting on top, looking to tie up that minor premiership, and Lauderdale just sitting comfortably in third spot, but with Clarence right on their tail. So we should be in for a cracker today.
Tell you what I can't wait to see, and that is the man on screen right now, Joby Harper. He has been in unbelievable form for Launceston this year. Would have the Lynch medal already wrapped up in his back pocket, I reckon, Ryan. He has just done everything. Last weekend, just tore Glenorchy a new one, it's fair to say. He's just dominated.
If it wasn't the best game of TSL footy probably in the last 5 or 6 years, Brent, I'd be baffled. He some stats for everyone on the stream. He collected 38 disposals against Glenorchy at 71% efficiency. Had 10 clearances, went inside 50 12 times, kicked 3 goals, and he finished off with 209 ranking points. Oof. So it was a fair game from the big fella from Joby Harper.
Some sort of game. Now, we've got a late change here this afternoon. A big blow for Lauderdale. Nathan Oakes is out of the team, replaced by Josh Williams. So, as we just see there, the Lauderdale captain Bryce Walsh wins the toss and will kick to the left of screen. Huge ramifications this one, isn't it? Especially for Lauderdale, as far as finals go, as you say. So, plenty on the line here. Looks like there's a nice crowd in the house, which is good. Obviously, still abiding by these restrictions of 500 people in an outdoor venue. Who do you like, Ryan? Who are you backing today?
It'll be a tight one either way, Bruno, but I'm fair to say Lonnie obviously coming off the back of 2 huge wins, defeated the Tigers by 96 points 2 weeks ago, and then defeated Glenorchy by 97 last weekend. So it's hard to tip against Launceston. So I'm going to go the Blues today.
Of course, round 10 started on Wednesday night, a big game at North Hobart, and it was the Tigers storming home 5 goals to none after half-time to upset, or I want to say upset, they got the job done against North Hobart by 5 points, and a couple of other games to finish off the round. Obviously, we've got Clarence and North Launceston at Richmond Oval. That's underway as we speak, and then tomorrow from KG5, you can catch that one on the live stream as well, with Glenorchy hosting the Tigers. That'll be a cracker. See Mitch Thorpe there on the screen. Good to see him back out playing footy.
Yeah, obviously jumps up into that 4 line alongside the Hudson Medal leader Dylan Riley. So obviously Lonnie are a fairly attacking side, so a bit of firepower today up there for the Bombers to worry about.
Absolutely. Seen a lot of Lauderdale on our stream this year. I haven't seen Launceston live personally yet, so really looking forward to this this afternoon. Obviously a premiership contender, as we say. If you ask me, I think the two Launceston teams will be in the grand final this year, so it'll be great to see them live. Love the work of Fletcher Seymour too. Just guns all down this Launceston list, really, isn't there? When you look through it, it's a very, very good football team.
They're pretty well placed right across the park. Obviously down back, Jared Dakin's had a fairly good season. Casey Brown plays well down in the back line. Sorry, then you got guys like Alec Wright's a good foil-up forward. Jay Blackberry obviously is a gun in that midfield group, and as we said, probably up forward, the two main worries up there would be Dylan Riley and Mitch Thorpe.
I mean, when you see someone like a Hamish Leadham listed as an emergency, who's been a great ruckman in this competition for such a long time, just goes to show how good Tim Auckland is too.
He's had a really good year, Timmy Auckland.
Number 92. I haven't seen I know that in footy for a while. We see the umpire hold the ball aloft for underway here at Skybus Oval on a Saturday afternoon. And a quick clearance from the visitors through Blackberry, gets it inside 50. Poland brought the ball down, ball spills to ground, still alive though. Lauderdale get it out of defence. Poland just juggles it along the ground to Walsh, and now the Bombers run it out. It's going to approach the boundary though, bouncing over, and we will have a boundary throw-in.
Fast start from Launceston. As we said, they're a very attacking side. They do, obviously, coming off the back of two 90-plus point wins, they're a team that can put a lot of scoreboard pressure on, so the Bombers down in defence will have their work at for the day as the ball comes back into play. Timmy Auckland wins that one down, gets it straight to number 7 in Fletcher Seymour. He's immediately tackled though by Josh McGuinness, who is another one of these guns in this Lauderdale back line. We're going to have a ball up with inside 50 for Launceston. Tap goes out. Joby Harper wins the ball out. Kick towards goal. And it's just faded. First score on the board for Launceston.
Yeah, Jared Dakin with the behind. We'll see Will Poland, who I think the Tigers have missed this year. Ryan, he's a super player. Will Poland been really good and slotted into this Lauderdale lineup really well, as we see Auckland punch that one out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, Poland has had a good year, Brent. He tends to take the number one defender today, so obviously with two tall targets in Thorpe and Riley, there's no doubt that if one of those guys gets off the line, Poland might have his work cut out for him today.
So we wait the ball in. Here it comes. Two ruckmen go at it. It's one down by Auckland, and Launceston take possession, but turned over quickly by the Bombers. Ball heads towards their attacking 50. Bouncing ball, but now Launceston win it out through Tyrrell. And now they're on the far side of the ground here at Skybus Oval. Nice mark taken by Fletcher Seymour. Former cricketer, of course, and had a great start to his TSL career with the Clarence Footy Club and moved up the highway a couple of years ago. He pumps it long, pack forms, ball flies past the pack though, and into the hands of Connors. And it looks like the umpire's blown the whistle, and Connors will get the free kick.
Pushing the back there from Hines. So they're just going to slow the play down. There's been all attacking so far from Launceston early in this first quarter. He kicks up the line now, does Connors. Looks for number 29 in Harry Richmond. And the ball's punched out of bounds just in front of the Lauderdale bench. Another boundary throw in just on the wing. It's all attacking early from Launceston with this absolutely outstanding midfield group they've got. Ball comes back into play. Timmy Auckland wins that one down. Ground ball now. Luke Nelson's there. He's kicked a few goals in the last few weeks, Luke Nelson. He's been very damaging up forward. He tries to get it out to Reece Sutton. He can't pick it up though. Powerfreeman's got it. Quick chip kick inside 50. Good defence there. He was looking for Dylan Riley, the Hudson medal leader. He's got the ball now, does Riley. He kicks inside 50. He's found a player, but really good defensive work there from number 42 in Ben McGuinness. His first game back for the Bombers. Ball comes out to the wing now. It's going to trickle over, it does. Another guy I just mentioned there, Benny McGuinness, is a good inclusion for this lineup, Breno.
Oh, he is indeed. He's been a star, hasn't he, for Lauderdale for many years now in the TSL. So great to see him back out there playing footy. So the ball in. Right in front of us here in the commentary position. Easy win in the tap there for Auckland. Big tackle on the Launceston player there from Tyler Martin. And we'll have another ball up. Up it goes. Auckland again. It's a hit out. They get it cleanly out at the end. They go inside 50 through Miller Hodge. And nice mark taken. They play on quickly though. And now having a look at goal is Jake Hines, and he likes it straight off the boot. And Launceston draw first blood this afternoon.
Really good bit of play there, obviously, as you said, Bruno. They moved the ball really quickly after that mark, and Jake Hines has got the first one on the board of the day.
Yeah, it's been a fast start to this game, and see the replay here. Nice mark taken too by Lonnie, and just the quick thinking off to Hines and straight through the high diddle. So just the start Launceston were after. It's
probably the worry for Lauderdale and Darren Winter on the bench. The fact that they're so dangerous with that forward group they've got, Launceston, but their midfielders do tend to kick a lot of goals too. So that'll be a cause for concern early. So the ball goes back up now. Auckland and Smith contest that one. Walsh has got it. Dodges one, gives a handball off to McGuinness. McGuinness kicks inside 50, first on the day for the Bombers. Ground ball now. Harry Richmond's there, gets a handball off. Adrian Karkowski's there, immediately tackled though, just drops the footy. Jamison House is going to be the man that gets a free kick for holding the ball. He brings it back inside now, but it's an absolute shocker of a kick, and it's gone straight down the throat of Harry Richmond, and he's going to have a shot on goal.
We saw him a couple of weeks ago, didn't we, down at the Twin Ovals, the game we called, Ryan, and started out the game really well down there. So
kick 3 in the first from memory. That's
true. So if he can get the same sort of start today, that'd make the Lauderdale coach Darren Witter very, very happy indeed.
Goals off turnovers are always handy to come by. So Harry Richmond now comes in for his first shot of the day. Off the boot. Doesn't look like it's going to make the distance. It doesn't. Siggins is there, but it trickles over the line, and it's a first score of the day for the Bombers. They currently trail this game 0-1-1 to 1-1-7.
So the kick in from fullback for Launceston. These two teams have formed a fierce rivalry in recent times. No love lost between them. It's a cracking mark there from Alec Wright. Really nice stuff indeed as the ball comes to the commentary wing. Fly from Lauderdale player McGuinness, but the ball over the boundary line. Interestingly, talking to Clinton Brown, the assistant coach at Lauderdale during the week, they felt they held Joby Harper pretty well last time they played at Windsor Park, but he said, if you put too much attention into one player, someone else will bob up, so you've got to be careful. And so interesting to see how they look after all these brilliant players from Launceston today as the quick kick goes through Dunellen back inside 50. No mark taken. Lauderdale managed to get the kick away, and now Poland has it in the back pocket. Throws it on the boot, and he's just misjudged it a little bit and out of bounds on the full. Or was it touched off the boot by the look of things? So we'll have a throw in.
Looks like Oscar Shaw might be the man with the job on Dylan Riley today, and obviously Will Poland's got the job earlier on Mitch Thorpe.
So in it comes. Attacking 50 is Joby Harper, the man we spoke of earlier.
Ross Walsh might be I'm not sure if it'll be a hard tag from Walsh. Obviously, he's a bit of a baller himself, but I think he did the job on Kieran Lovell a few weeks ago, and he played a good game on Lovell, so maybe one to watch also. Ball comes back in now. Poland's taking a mark. It might have gone out of bounds. Either way, it'll be Poland's kick. He brings back inside to Siggins. Siggins going to switch this one, runs across the back line. He brings it out to the half-forward flank, but it's a great grab over the top from number 13 in Ryan Tyrrell. He's going to drive this one back inside 50 for the Blues. He goes deep, looking for Mitch Thorpe. Poland's there with a spoil. Really good play from Will Poland. Bombers get it, but they're immediately set upon and tackled by, it looks like that might be Fletcher Seymour. It is. Umpire's call for a ball up. A lot of pressure early from the Blues when they head inside 50. Mitch Thorpe's going to take this ruck tap against Hayden Smith. Does well, Mitch Thorpe. It's probably a 50-50 tap there. Quick kick out by the Blues. It's going to fade. It's a behind.
1-1-7. Well, 1-2-8, in fact, now to no score for Lauderdale. Gone just over 8 minutes in this opening term from Skybus Oval on a Saturday afternoon. Round 10 TSL action. As we approach finals in the next 3 or 4 weeks. Crucial game, and that's a great grab from Josh McGuinness. What an absolute gun of the comp this man is. He centres the footy. Baker has it now. Hits up a target, and mark taken by Raglioni. Just going to take their time here, Lauderdale, and Raglioni looks to go long and goes right to the wing. mark out in front. Richmond couldn't hang on to it. Might get the free kick and does. So Richmond will look to go long now. Try and get Lauderdale's first score on the board. They go right to the paint of 50. Nice mark taken by Kalkowski, who I've loved watching this year. Looks to go inside 50 now. And the mark taken by Siggins. So we'll see Sam Siggins go back now and have a set shot on goal. Directly in front, will kick from about 40 metres out. And this would be a dream start for him this afternoon and his team.
Definitely their best bit of play, Breno. Just, a few kicks up the line, everyone taking it, some good grabs. And as you said, Adrian Kalkowski is a guy that probably started early in the year, coming in this lineup into the midfield, but he's gone forward in probably the last 4 weeks and he's been dangerous up there.
So the former Adelaide Crows listed player, Sam Siggins, wanders in to have a shot on goal.
Looks like he's kicked it.
So good start for Sam Siggins. Kicks truly for the Bombers. They move to 1 straight 6 to Launceston 1-8. It's gone 10 minutes in this opening term.
Good shoe there by Sam Siggins. He's a guy that can pretty much, he's your utility player. He can play all over the ground. He gets a lot of kicks in the midfield, but he can drift forward and he's got the height that he can play in defence too. So he's a valuable asset in this Lauderdale outfit. We're just going to return to play now in the middle of the ground. So it's going to be Auckland and Smith contesting again. Auckland wins that one down, gets it straight to Phil Bell Chambers. With a follow-up is Smith, gets it off to Seymour though off the ground. He kicks inside 50 again for the Blues. Over the head of Mitch Thorpe though. Ball's going to trickle to the back, goes deep. Blues going to rebound here. Dylan Riley's there, tries to get around 3 or 4. Whistle's been blown. It might be a free kick. You're spot on there, Breno. Number 15 in Tyson Miller. Sorry, number 6 in Jack Donnellan. Looks like he's going to be the man that gets a free kick, but it looks like advantage was paid. We're not sure who's kicked the goal, but either way, the Blues have another one on the board, and it was a good bit of play down there. Obviously, they've caught a fair bit of attention when the ball's gone down there. The pressure from the Launceston forward line's been through the roof.
Here's the replay here. You see Riley with the football just there. Handball's off to Thorpe.
It might have been Thorpe.
Yeah, looks like it is.
There we go. Mitchie
Coach
Thorpe
gets the goal. Advantage paid. And as you say, Ryan, 14 plays 6 now.
Thank you for the replay there. It's handy to have the replays on today.
So we're back in the middle. And Auckland is in the ruck with Smith, of course, who's wrapped up. Here's Hayden Smith, and we'll restart exactly where we were a few moments ago. I think Smith got first use of it on that occasion. Now McGuinness, Donnellan was there. Ball still inside the centre square here. Clever tap from Siggins, but went Launceston's way. Paul Freeman centres the footy, and the kick by Chugg goes to the 50. Thorpe's there, but McGuinness mops up off to Smith. Hayden Smith bombs it long, the opposite side of the square. Players dive all over the footy. Umpire eventually blows his whistle and will ball it up. So 14 plays 6 early in this game in round 10. Launceston travelling down the highway to take on Lauderdale. Smith hits a brick wall of Launceston players and gets the free kick.
Great tackle by the young man in Jared Dakin there. He's a hard man to bring down, Hayden Smith, but the size difference did the job, on that occasion, as he gives off now to that man we spoke about pre-game in Joby Harper. He kicks down the line. He's given it to Jake Hines. He kicks inside 50, doesn't quite get that image. Thorpe. Really good defensive play from Will Poland. Grant Holt's got it. He gives a quick handball. Mitch Thorpe around the corner. Bouncing ball. It's going to go through for a behind. Mitch Thorpe's been lively early, Breno.
Yeah, he has, absolutely. And what a presence he is out there, isn't he, on the footy field. Just another opponent, dangerous opponent Lauderdale have to take care of this afternoon. Alongside Riley in that forward line. So plenty of headaches for the defenders out there in the black and red. As we see Heavey try and tap it forward. He's there to collect his own ball in the end, but Launceston get it through Seymour, but he's quickly wrapped up, and another ball up right in front of the Lauderdale coaches' boxes. Someone said to me during the week when they built that coaches' box, they stupidly built the walls with plaster. There's apparently a few holes in there.
Sure, Darren.
these days.
Windy might have let his frustrations get the better of him on more than one occasion.
So Launceston trying to work it out from half back, and only as far as Sutton, I think it was. Now Siggins, goal kicker from a few moments ago, and they go inside again now through Tyler Martin, and a great grab from Tutai Havea. And he'll go back and have a shot, slight angle, probably about 30 metres out.
It's really lively early in the year. Tutai Havea obviously coming back into this lineup. Obviously, I think he might have had the year off last year, Brenner. Is that right?
He's been in and out a little bit.
Yep.
I think he's obviously got plays a bit of rugby as well,
Yep.
I believe. So yeah, in and out of the side a little bit. But gee, when he's out there, just like Mitch Thorpe I said a moment ago, just provides a presence, doesn't he?
He's a big man up forward, so he's hard to get around if you're a defender.
So Havea, and he comes to the left of screen. This for Lauderdale's second of the afternoon. Looks pretty good off the boot. Umpire doesn't have to move too much, and that's Lauderdale's second goal. And the lead cut back to 3 points for Launceston.
He's got a really nice straight run up there, Havea. As you said, he's obviously played a fair bit of rugby and footy, and I think he's a former Matthew Richardson medalist from a few years ago. So he's a very important cog in this lineup, and when you can get a guy that of Havea's size, down forward, as I said before he had that shot at goal, he's a hard man to get around if you get caught behind him in the defensive 50. So he had a really good start to the year. He was leading the Hudson medal at one point, so he's been a really good inclusion back into this lineup for the Bombers. As the ball comes back in, what he's ticked into time on now in this first quarter, obviously with these shortened quarters in this TSL season. As the ball goes back up, Smith wins that tuck down, gets it out to McGuinness. He streams out of that centre line, Ball goes inside 50 for the Bombers. A lot of pressure here from the Lauderdale forward 50. Really pleasing for Darren Winter. Ball comes out to Reece Sutton. Play on, says the umpire, not 15. Russ Sutton kicks back inside 50. There's two Blues defenders there. They get a spoil out, but it only goes so far as Hayden Smith. He kicks to the goal square. Luke Nelson's there. He can't bring a mark down. Kick out there by the Bombers defence. But, Hayden Smith over the back. Absolute ripper of a grab from the big man.
Well, that's what he can do. Nice big clunk. And you'll go back now and have a shot. It's an entertaining game so far.
Yeah, thought it'd be a bit of a shootout early, and that's what we're getting so far. And Fletcher Seymour doing everything right, as you've been told as a junior, be the man in front. But Hayden Smith, the big tall timber, he took the hands over the top and said, "Thank you, mate, I'll take that." As Smith now comes in for his first shot of the day. Slow approach from the big man. Comes in. I think he likes it off the boot. There's Hayden Smith. It's gone through. Hayden Smith has kicked the Bombers second, and they are only 3 points down now.
Well, yeah, real shootout to start this game this afternoon. What we expected, as you say, Ryan. So hopefully it remains a nice tight contest the whole way through. But ball now move to a 3-point lead. Just joining the coverage, a late change for the Bombers this afternoon as well. Nathan Oakes is out, and Josh Williams comes in to replace him as we restart. Nelson to McGuinness, and now Baker. Right in the middle of Skybus Oval here at Lauderdale. Sutton. Love watching him play over the journey for this footy club. Loyal servant. Another inside 50, and Havea again. He's proven to be a real headache at the moment for the Launceston defence. He'll go back and have a shot and try and kick another goal in the space of a minute.
They've definitely controlled the play the last 5 or 6 minutes, the Bombers, and when they can get clean ball inside 50, they've looked incredibly good down there. So, as you said, Brennan, that was a really good kick in by Reece Sutton, a stalwart of this lineup, and Havea's going to have his second shot on goal.
He's going to kick right on the paint of 50 or just inside. Big run up. And that looks like it's pretty good as well. Makes no mistake, and Lauderdale are off and running here at Skybus.
Definitely are, Bruno. As I said, they've controlled the play late in this first quarter. Lonnie had a fair bit of the ball, probably 5 or 6 inside 50s early, but weren't able to put enough scoreboard pressure on, only with the 2 goals 3. So the Bombers, they'd be very happy with this late bit of play in this first quarter, the last 6 or 7 minutes. Ball goes back up now. Smith wins that one down. He's probably controlled the ruck in the last few taps as Hayden Smith, and obviously kicked that goal. He's set upon immediately by Joby Harper. As we've got a ball up now just as we tick into the 19-minute mark of this first quarter. Ball goes up. Auckland wins that one down, goes straight to Luke Nelson. A whistle's blown though. Non-controlling umpires called that one off the play. I think it might be a free kick to Bryce Walsh against Joby Harper. Harper doesn't seem to agree. So Walsh kicks inside, doesn't get inside 50, kicks out to Heavey on the half-forward flank. He's taken an absolute ripper as Alex Heavey, another one of these Lauderdale stalwarts, being the long-serving member of this lineup. He kicks inside 50 now to Heavey, kicks long. Numbers there for the Bombers. They can't get one. It comes to ground though. Quick kick out there by Baker. He's missed that shot, and it's going to be a kick in for the Blues as we approach deep into time on in this first quarter.
Yeah, almost gone 20 minutes here, opening terms. Sutton tried to cut that off, but the mark taken out the back from Holt. He gets it off really quickly, and now they run it out of defence, the Blues. Dakin goes inside 50. Not many players to kick to. Running onto it, though, is Riley, the megastar. He kicked 8 a couple of weeks ago. Couldn't get there on that occasion. And now McGuinness gets his own footy back in the end from the quick handball. Comes to the commentary side of the wing, and Richmond takes the mark. He wants to play on quickly and does. Goes to the paint of 50. Havea was there again. Harper running after it really quickly. Ball picked up by the Lauderdale player in Tilly. Not going too far. Harper's in there again and called a throw. And Lauderdale will get the free kick here through Josh McGuinness.
Tough one there, Brent. Obviously Harper was the man on the ground, and the umpire didn't see any contact with that second hand on the ball, so he's called a throw. And the Bombers have looked incredibly good in the last, as I said, 5, 6, 7 minutes. They've definitely controlled the last part of this first quarter.
Well, they want a response after last week, wouldn't they? Yep. That's what we would have spoken about before the game after that shock loss, I guess it's fair to say, against Clarence. But this is a perfect start for them this afternoon. And this to make it a 15-point lead on the stroke of quarter time. Josh McGuinness makes no mistake, and Lauderdale are on fire. So 30 plays 15 now. We're on 21 and a quarter minutes. And after a pretty hot start by Launceston, the tables have been turned and Lauderdale have increased their lead.
They have, Breno, and yeah, they've looked the goods early, and as you said last week, they had that 20-point loss to Clarence after 2 really good weeks against the Tigers and North Hobart. So this is definitely the response that Darren Winter and the coaching staff at the Bombers would have wanted. This ball goes back up now. No one really wins that tap down. Ball goes to ground. There's players surrounding this footy as number 14 in Robbie McManus is on the bottom of that pack. He's tackled by a few Blues. Ball comes out though. Seymour's got it. He kicks out to the wing, commentary side of the ground. Powerfulman can't take it. He's against Sutton. Bit of a hold there. Sutton's got him though. Powerfman collects the footy anyway. Seymour kicks it down the line. Good mark there by number 4 in Alec Wright. He's got a free man. He doesn't go for that man though. He goes inside 50. Dylan Riley's there. He can't take the mark. Mitch Thorpe's there though around that footy. He gets a little tap off the ground, goes towards Riley. Riley's got Bombers all around him. They get it out though, the Bombers. Again, the Blues, and the Bombers are all over the Blues in that forward 50. And another ball up here. Hard to tell apart Mitch Thorpe and Dylan Riley at times with those tattooed sleeve arms. And Thorpe, that man, he goes up for the tap. Doesn't win that one down though. The Bombers get it through Poland. He's looking for an option. Switches in the back 50. Gets it out to Adrian Kowalski, who's gone from forward to defender. He just slows the play down as the Bombers have control of this contest in the first quarter. As the siren goes, Kowalski gets his kick away, and it was all Bombers late, in that first quarter after a good start from the Blues, Breno.
Yeah, absolutely. They looked on early, Launceston, but Lauderdale just flicked the switch and have kicked away to a 15-point lead at quarter time, 5 straight 30, so kicking really accurately as well. 2-3-15 Launceston. And you called a shootout prior to the game, Ryan. That's exactly what we got the opening term, 7 goals.
Definitely is looking that way, Breno. And as you said, straight kicking wins your games of football. And we'll just run through the goal kickers now. Havea's got 2 for the Bombers. Sam Siggins has 1, Hayden Smith has 1, and Josh McGuinness has 1. And for the Blues, 2 singles to Jake Hines and Mitchell Thorpe.
Very good. So that is the quarter time score on your screen. 30 plays 15. We'll take a short break and come back with the second term really soon.
He just wants to go in.
Bring up the speed with the goalkeeper so far on the bench. Two goals.
Yeah, so we'll have to think
Sam
about
Chicken, and Johnny, Jeff Fernandez, and Jake White.
Yeah, I'll just talk about last night.
Hello, Dan.
They still help out with this. Yeah, I'll finish 2 days before the half year. Go see the guys. Oh, yeah. Well, PSA read 900.
We apologise for the technical difficulties we've had, but in that time, Lauderdale has been on fire since quarter time. 3 goals they've kicked, Ryan Rosendale, and they are flying. 9-2-56 to 2-3-15. They have taken this game and torn it to absolute shreds.
That's a lot of damaging work in the time we're off. Breno, obviously, with a few technical reviews, only felt like we're off for 3 or 4 minutes, but didn't take long for the Bombers to get an absolute hold on this contest. As we're back live now, as Bell Chambers on the bottom of this pack. Just another score update for all the listeners. We've got another game going on out at Richmond Oval, and it's another shock half-time lead here for Clarence, who have a lot of outs today due to the school football final. They lead North Launceston 5-3-33 to 4-5-29. So could be a few upsets today in the TSL, Brent.
Absolutely, and this one is brewing right in front of our very eyes here. We thought Lauderdale will be up for the fight today, but they have taken it all before them. We see Smith there win it down. Kick out from McGuinness. They go for it again here. Lauderdale. Kick inside 50 by Tilly. Bouncing ball to the right, still alive. Havea keeps it in play. Picked up by Launceston. The ball spills to ground. Havea's still in there. Here's his rugby background. Throws it on the boot. Punched away by the Launceston defence, but Heavey now. He turns and weaves and throws the ball onto the boot. Anyone there to take the mark? There is, but it's that man, Jay Blackberry, for Launceston. What a star who's been in this competition as well. Had his injury troubles too in recent times, obviously. Missing a lot of footy. Mark taken there by Hines, who kicked the first goal this afternoon of the game. 56 plays 15. Joby Harper. Can he lift his side here and get them back into this contest? Mark taken on the far side of the ground here at Skybus. Taylor kicks it long. Mark not taken, but the ball lands in the hands of Casey Brown, who wheels around, goes inside 50. Ball punched away by the Lauderdale defender, and we'll have another ball in.
Yeah, a very happy man on the boundary line, Darren Winter, with his start from the Bombers. As we said, we missed the opening couple of goals of this second quarter, but it's been all Lauderdale from probably the 12 to 15 minute mark of the first quarter after the Blues had dominated play early and didn't put a lot of scoreboard pressure on. Haven't kicked a goal, haven't kicked a score since that probably 12 minute mark of the first quarter. So Mitch Thorpe would be scratching his head at the fact that the Blues can't get a score on the board, and they'd be looking to apply some scoreboard pressure now to the Bombers, who have a hold on this contest. Ball comes back into play now. Auckland wins that one down. Blues win it through number 17 in Brendan Taylor. He kicks forward, but it's Poland in front there. Sorry, Baker in front. He gets it out. Tackle applied there by number 6 in Donnellan. Ball goes out through Blackberry. We'll have a boundary throw in again, and we'll be looking to put some pressure on the board here, Launceston, after. They're not a side that tends to fall behind by this margin early in games. As I said pre-game, they're a very attacking side, Launceston. That's the reason they're on top of the TSL ladder. So there's no doubt they'll be getting back in this contest at some point if they can. Ball comes out now to Alec Wright. He's immediately set upon by Hayden Smith and Sam Siggins. He's doing all he can, though. He does get that one out, does Wright. Ball comes out now to Joby Harper. He has a snap-on goal. Joby Harper bounces over, but it's punched away by number 15 in Oscar Shaw, who's got the job on Dylan Riley, and he's holding the Hudson medal leader well.
Yeah, he absolutely is so far in this game. An explosive here, Dylan Riley. Dangerous spot here, though, for that man, Oscar Shaw, and the Lauderdale defenders. The ball comes back in, punched down by Smith. Taylor's there. Poland on top of his back, trying to get the ball out is Taylor. The umpire ends up blowing the whistle for a ball up. Still in a tricky spot here for the defenders in the black and red. And that might be a free kick. It is. It's going the way of the Bombers. And ruckman Hayden Smith just takes his time here, the big man, trying to spot up the right option. Decides to go to his left. So an explosive start to this second quarter explosive start to this game. 56-15. No one would have seen this start coming. 41-point margin. Early stages of the second term. Ball put up the line to the wing, far side of the ground. That's a great mark from Lauderdale, and the man to take it was Tyler Martin. Plays on quickly. Here's the star McGuinness. Joshy McGuinness goes inside 50, bouncing ball. Picked up by Kalkowski. Adrian Kalkowski. Not another one? No, not this time. That's off line for a minor score. Takes Lauderdale to 57. Launceston 15.
All Lauderdale in this contest, as Breno just said, as the ball comes back out now to Jacob Boyd. He's going to look to slow this play down now as they look to get a bit of ascendancy back in this contest on their side, Launceston. He kicks out to Dakin. He's controlling the play now are the Blues. They wouldn't have been in this situation a lot during this TSL season. Ball comes down the wing now, commentary side of the ground. Good spoil over the back there by McGuinness. Comes out though to the Blues. They kick inside 50. It's not a great kick off the boot. Mitch Thorpe does all he can, but the ball goes out of bounds. Boundary throw in just inside the Blues forward 50.
Explosive player though, Michael Musica, isn't he? He gets the footy.
He is. So we're going to have a ball back into play now as we approach the 10-minute mark of this second quarter. TSL live stream. Thank you wherever you're joining us today. Ball comes back in. Blues win that one down. Joby Harper's there, gets a kick off. Centres that ball. Contests everywhere. Great mark's been taken by Brendan Taylor. As I said, contests everywhere, and Taylor was the man to finish with the footy.
He's been lively this second term, really coming to the game as Taylor. And to say this is a much needed goal would be an understatement, right?
Taylor comes in now. Slow approach by the small fella. Taylor comes in. They like it off the boot, but it's gone to the right and it's a behind. Costly won that.
Yeah, you need to kick those, especially when you're this far down. 42-point margin. As Poland brings it back into play. Spots up Baker. Baker assesses his options. It's back to Poland. Last line of defence for the Bombers. Nice accurate kicking here for Lauderdale. McManus, the milestone man last week. Had his 200th game. It was a really nice mark. As Lauderdale once again go into attack. Havea was lurking, storming through. But Launceston try and work it out. They push it up the line. Oh, players fly for the footy. Here's that man Taylor again. Throws it on the boot. Flies over the head of two players. Here comes big Mitch Thorpe. Baker, did he have it?
I think he did.
So that's Riley now with the footy. Spots up a target. And he's hit Jacob Boyd in his mitts. And he'll go back and have a shot directly in front. Will kick from probably about 45 metres out. And
really
this
good.
just to try and bridge that gap a little bit.
Really good tackle there from the Hudson Medal leader, Dylan Riley.
So in he comes Jacob Boyd, and he has not hit it quite enough. Mark's taken though by Joby Harper.
It's been paid, no?
No.
Hasn't. Claimed it though, Harper.
He did. He tried to sneak it in there.
So the Bombers are going to kick this one back out through Nick Baker. He's had a really consistent year in this defensive 50 for the Bombers. He kicks long outside 50. Contest forms. Blues get the spoil there. McManus is on the ground. He gets a handball out. It's all Blues though. Number 6 in Jack Donlan's got a huge tackle there from Josh McGuinness. I think he's been rewarded by the umpire. It's a massive tackle from McGuinness. I think he's been rewarded, as I just said he has. Holding the ball on Jack Donnellan. Josh McGuinness has had an outstanding year in this TSL season. He kicks short. Spoil there, but Belchames is good enough to recover. He kicks onto the commentary side of the ground now. Really good kick there to number 29 in Harry Richmond. He's been lively early as Harry Richmond. Good inclusion in this Lauderdale lineup this season. He kicks straight down the line now. It's all Blues though. They can't take the mark though. They recover well on the ground. He gives it off to Seymour. He gives to Powerfreeman. All the runners combining now. A lot of pressure here though from the Bombers. Massive pack forms, but Seymour's good enough to recover. He gives it out to Packman again, but he's immediately applied pressure by Adrian Kowalski. He takes another blue on the ground, and it's going to be a throw up just inside forward 50 for the Bombers. As we said, Lauderdale have come out of the blocks today, currently in this game 57-16 in a contest that has been high scoring early from both sides, and in the second quarter it's been all Lauderdale. As the ball comes out now, players form, ground ball, great tackle there by the Bombers. Seems to be this star-studded midfield of Launceston can't really get any ascendancy going their way because it's all pressure from the midfield. It looks like Josh McGuinness might have a midfield role today, which is a good sign from him after playing a lot of the season really well, I should say, down back. He's been one of the better performers in the TSL this year, but switch of roles today for Josh McGuinness. He's another guy like Sam Siggins. Bit of a hit there on Smith. Nothing eventuating though.
Had those technical issues to start the quarter. The goal kickers in that little period, 2 goals to Sam Siggins and 1 to Sam Tilley. And that little explosive start to his second term.
That would be 3 for Siggins now then, Bruno.
Yeah, 3 for Sammy Siggins, so very nice start to the game for him. As we await the ball in, 2 rucks go at it, Smith and Auckland. Try and get the ball out here. The Blues, McGuinness dives onto the footy. Big tackle from behind. Umpire said play on. Harper, the big midfield bull. And now here come Launceston. Ball will just bounce awkwardly for them, and McManus does the handball behind his head. Poland there to mop it up. Back to McManus, under pressure. Got the handball back to Poland though, just in the nick of time. Mark taken. And now McGuinness with the bend variety. And hits up Sutton. Sutton on the far side of the ground here at Skybus Oval in Lauderdale. It's the scene of this round 10 clash this afternoon. It's Lauderdale and Launceston. So they go up the line, the Bombers. Players fly for the footy. Ball spills out the back, and Miller Hodge is there to collect. And they work it forward again, Launceston. Just outside the centre square. Some clever stuff from Blackberry. He's ended up being caught though. I let it go. Now Sutton again. Players fly for the footy once more. Ball really flirting with the boundary line now, and it eventually goes over for a throw-in in front of the Lauderdale faithful there.
Definitely appears that the Lauderdale midfield's on top of this contest early. Ball comes back in now. Walsh is there. He's had the job early on the man we spoke about pre-game in Joby Harper, and it's fair to say he's probably, other than those 3 or 4 minutes we didn't see, unless Harper had a lot of ball in that part of the game, he's doing the job assigned to him today as Bryce Walsh, the co-skipper of this Lauderdale outfit. As Field Bell Chambers is set upon by 2 Launceston players, he might be in trouble. He might have been pinned with holding the ball. He has been. Looks like he might have caught one on the bottom of that pack there, Field Bell Chambers. He's a tough man, so it takes a fair bit to keep him on the ground, Field Bell Chambers. The Blues have been awarded a free kick now. Just looking to slow the players. We've just gone into time on in this second quarter. They bring it down the line to the Blues. Mark taken though by number 42, in Ben McGuinness. Looks like he might have taken his brother's role in the back line today. So Ben McGuinness in his first game back for the Bombers brings it up to the past the Lauderdale bench. Massive kick by McGuinness. He gets it out. Baker's there. Handball over to Bell Chambers. He gives it to Sutton, who's immediately tackled by Blackberry. Looks like the Blues are going to recover here well. This has been blown. They're not happy about it. Looks like it's going to be a free kick to the Blues through number 21 in Jake Hines. Just in the centre of the ground. He kicks inside to number 8 in Miller Hodge. Miller Hodge brings it down. He switches out to the far side of the ground. They bring it back inside. Kick inside 50 towards goal. Oscar Shaw's there though. It's not going to go the distance, and Oscar Shaw rebounds for the Bombers. He kicks to Walsh. Ooh, bounce doesn't agree with him though. He's been taken high there by Grant Holt. Now both players are going for the ball, but Walsh came off second best. As they rebound here to the Bombers. Kick out of the commentary side of the ground. He's got time, does Jared Dakin. Gives a handball off to a man under pressure. Heavey's got him. Great pressure by Heavey. He gives it off. Bombers kicked that one down the line. He's going to go and play a really good bit of play there by the stalwart, as we said, Alex Heavey. Great pressure from Heavey.
Absolutely. So we've approaching 20 minutes gone in this second quarter. It is all the home team Lauderdale. 57 plays 16, 41-point differential here at the moment. We're really happy with this start. The Bombers need to hang on to it, though. We know how good a side Launceston is. We see the free kick paid here to the Blues. So there's still obviously plenty of time left in this game to work themselves back into it. And Lauderdale will know exactly that. So the Launceston kick it right in front of us here in the commentary position. Taylor got boot to ball. Now Ben McGuinness runs onto it, ends up in the hands of Alec Wright. Ball just on the paint of 50 and eventually out of bounds.
I think the message would be, Bruno, at half-time from Mitch Thorpe to get his side back into the game.
Yeah, good question. They've just been, what's the word I'm looking for? Shocked, I suppose,
Yep.
haven't they? They wouldn't have seen a start like this coming.
Especially after the start they had early.
Yeah, absolutely. So, no, there'll be a few choice words said, no doubt, in the Blues camp at half-time as Auckland manages to get boot to ball and the mark taken by Riley. Umpire said play on or not, didn't travel far enough. Not sure what the decision was there, but we'll have a
bit stiff there,
up.
Dylan
I
Riley.
would have thought so.
I feel like if that ball was in the middle of the ground, definitely would have been paid a mark, but
anyway, up it goes. Thorpe's put himself back into the ruck. Fletcher Seymour wrapped up with a footy. Got the big handball out in the end. Clever little tap and the siren beats Launceston. They were lurking for a goal. Unfortunately for Jared Dakin, the siren just beat him. And that's a big let off there for Lauderdale. Although they have dominated this second term, 57-16 at half-time. Can you believe it?
I can't, Brent. I thought it would be a shootout either way, and I thought it would be tight all game. But as you said, Lauderdale kicked 5 in the first quarter, followed that up with 4 goals in the second quarter, and it's been all the Bombers early. And as we said, Mitch Thorpe would have some very choice words for his side in the change rooms at half-time because they haven't been in this position a lot this year. Launceston obviously only losing the 2 games, one to North Launceston and one to Clarence, that shock loss to Clarence. So they'll go in, they'll regroup, and they're a side that can come out and no doubt try to will themselves back into this contest in the second half.
Yeah, they wiped the floor with Glenorchy last week, but this is a true test they find themselves in now, Launceston. They trail by 41 points. Can't wait to see how the second half plays out. We'll bring it to you soon here on the live stream.
Lauderdale 9-3-57, leading Launceston 2-5-17. Main goal kickers scored in the game so far. For Lauderdale, we've got Sam Siggins with 3, Kutai Harvey with 2, Singh Hayden Smith, Harry Richmond, Sam Tilley, and Josh McGuinness there. Congratulations to Sam Tilley for his first senior goal today. Goal kickers for Launceston are Jack Mellon and Jake Hines with kick launch. Just taking the opportunity again to Harmony and Windy's Bakery. Please visit remind where Steve wants what the COVID protocols during the half-time break. No people are allowed out on the ground.
Come round and say hello. Cat's
Boys, get to the square, then find one. Do the little thing right. Kick him out once you get there. Do a bit of half volley. Let's go. Right, how much are these boys?
G'day, Mark. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
That's the way.
Just a half-time score for those that are interested in the AFL game this afternoon. We've got Dockers playing North Melbourne at Petrocon Stadium, and just approaching half-time. It's the Dockers 5-4-34 to North 2-2-14.
Hello.
Cold.
It's freezing. At least it's not windy.
No. Okay, it's cold.
Welcome back to Skybus Oval here in Lauderdale for round 10 TSL action between the Lauderdale Footy Club and the Launceston Blues. And the Blues have been rocked in the opening half. They trail 57-16. It has been an extraordinary game so far. Brent Costello here with you alongside Ryan Rosendale. And you can see there on the screen, Ryan, just how dominant this Lauderdale side's been this afternoon.
Yeah, as we said, Brent, we missed the opening bit of the second quarter, and it looks like that's when they really put their foot on the gas and took Launceston to the sword, and they kept the Blues to the solitary point in that second quarter, and they piled on 4-3 after their 5-goal straight first quarter. So apart from probably the first maybe 6, 7, 8 minutes of the first quarter, it's all been Lauderdale.
See there, the Lonnie players getting into position as the Bombers just have run back out. So still adjusting to these shorter quarters, I suppose, and longer half time.
Just making them wait here. No urgency from the from the Bombers men. They just think, oh, we're
more than happy just to take their time, which is completely fair enough.
Got the mental edge in this game and now they've got it on the scoreboard, so they think they might just take their time after a really blistering blistering first half, and we don't have a score update, a current score update, sorry, from the other game today over it. We do, sorry, it's just come through. There we go, as I speak. 3-quarter time at Richmond Oval. North Launceston, after a 3-point lead to Clarence at half-time, they've kicked back in the third quarter and they lead that contest out at Richmond Oval 8-8-56 to Clarence 6-5-41. So a depleted Clarence keeping within a few kicks of the dominant North Launceston.
Some sort of leg, knee injury too. This is courtesy of Luke Edmonds, who's down there on the spot for the Mercury, for Tom Bennett, who is obviously a gun forward in this competition. So we hope that's not too serious. We like to see the best players out there back to the TSL this year, of course, and approaching finals. He'd be a huge loss for North Launceston. So we send our thoughts to him, and hopefully things are all okay as we're close to a restart here for the third term. All the work is ahead of Launceston. There is no doubt about that. We've come down here this morning pretty confident after a big win against Glenorchy last week, but they've been put right behind the 8 ball. Kicked the first couple of goals, definitely kicked the first. Umpire raises the ball aloft. Here is Ryan Rosendale on Saturday afternoon TSL.
Ball goes down, Auckland wins that one down. Smith with a follow-up though, that's his bread and butter, Hayden Smith. He's a really good follow-up ruckman. He's tackled though by his opponent in Auckland. Gets that one out to Harper. Auckland's there. He's immediately set upon by Josh McGuinness, who, as I said, has taken more of a midfield role today. Excuse me, a midfield role today. He's playing really well so far in this contest, Josh McGuinness, as he has done all season. The reset now. Ball goes up. Harper wins that one. Quick kick out there to Jack Donnellan. He kicks forward. Ball goes up to Mitch Thorpe. Really smart play there from the coach, Mitch Thorpe. Taps that one forward to the advantage of Casey Brown. He can't get that ball though. It goes out of bounds just in front of Hudson Medal leader in Dylan Riley. We're going to have a throw in just inside the forward 50 for the Blues as they look to get a bit of scoreboard pressure back on Lauderdale, as it's been all the Bombers so far in this contest.
Yeah, clever stuff from Mitch Thorpe there. And here he is again in the ruck, taps it down and beautifully roved there by Joby Harper. Still in the hands of Launceston under immediate pressure now in front of goal. Kalkowski tried to sell some candy. McGuinness ends up with the footy, and now Poland has some time to assess his options. He goes up the line. Pack forms. It's tapped away by Auckland. Now Lauderdale the footy. They go right to the boundary through Richmond and eventually out of bounds. So it's been all the Bombers in this one.
Looks like still at centre bounces and around the ground. Bryce Walsh, the co-captain, is with Joby Harper, and it's fair to say he's probably done his job on Joby Harper today.
We've seen him do a few jobs on certain players this year, Bryce Walsh. And here's Fletcher Seymour. Goes inside, no one could take the mark. But now it is in the hands of Launceston. Here's Seymour again under pressure, gets the kick away. Mark taken, no it's not. Tapped away Riley, brought to ground with the footy by Shaw, and we'll have another ball up in a dangerous spot here for the Lauderdale defenders. Thorpe will go back up in the ruck here with Smith. Up it goes. Thorpe got first use of it, but it's straight down the throat of a Lauderdale defender. They get it out there quickly now. Mark spilled there by Bell Chambers, who's going to win a free kick here. Calling for an option. He wastes no time in playing on and getting it into attack for Lauderdale. And here's the man that kicked 3 in the first half. Sam Siggins takes another nice mark. Not sure if he'll have a shot here or try and find an option. Looks like he might back himself in now.
I think he should. He's definitely a man that could kick that distance. He's, as I said in the first quarter, he's a utility player in this lineup. He can play all across the ground, can Sam Siggins, the former Adelaide Crow.
What's he got for us? One of the best players in the competition. Sam Siggins wanders on into goal. It's going to just fall short there, and Launceston bringing out a defence through Seymour. And now they get it up the line, working it up towards the coach's box on the far side of the ground. And nice punch out of bounds there from Casey Brown.
So it's as we said, it was all the Bombers for the majority of this contest as they lead this game 57-16 against the Launceston side that hasn't been in this predicament all TSL season. So they're looking to get themselves back into this game now as Kalkowski punches that one out of the air. Gets that ball forward only as far as number 13 in Ryan Tyrrell. Blues, get this ground ball out now. Smith's there, the big man for the Bombers. Bryce Walsh there, as he does every game, applying some physical pressure with a tackle on Jared Dakin. We're going to have another ball up.
Scoring sort of dried up, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Only 3 minutes into this third quarter, but the back half of that second quarter as well, we didn't see too many goals.
I think it was obviously the Bombers kicked the early 4 in the first 5 or 6 minutes where we didn't catch it due to some technical difficulties. So, as you said, Breno, it's dried right up in this game as it's become tight and contested throughout that midfield. Ball goes up now. Auckland wins that one down. Tries to get it to Joby Harper. Bryce Walsh, as he has been all game, is on his backside. Blues players appeal for it. Harper's not happy with the decision by the umpire. Bryce Walsh is on the bottom of that pack and he's playing a blistering game. He's the co-skipper of this outfit for the Bombers. Benny McGuinness just streams out of that pack. He goes to ground though. Ball on the deck. Handball out there by the Bombers. They get a kick off there in congestion. Ball goes forward. Havea's there at the back. Can't bring the mark down. Nelson's there though. Havea's with the footy now. Bell Chambers gives it off to Nelson. He kicks a high ball inside 50, looking for the man in front. He's taken a grab, has number 29. I thought it was that man in Harry Richmond.
Yeah, that's going to make it hard now if he converts here, Harry Richmond. For Launceston to work themselves back into this game. They really needed the first goal this third quarter to give themselves some spark and energy.
Harry Richmond now comes in for his first of the day. I think he might have kicked that one. It looks good off the boot. He has. Harry Richmond extends the lead for the Bombers. They're out to an 8-goal lead.
Yeah, well, that's a bitter blow for Launceston. They'll be really unhappy with that. Really needed to kick that first one, as we say. So 47 points now is the margin.
Bell Chambers gives it off to Nelson. He
kicks
kicks a high ball inside 50.
A good clunk there from Harry Richmond. As I said, we saw him a couple of weeks ago do pretty well down the Twins, and handy player up forward for the Bombers. Stuck that in beautifully. So a big mountain to climb now for the Blues. But there's still plenty of time left in this game. As we restart in the middle, they get it out again to the centre through Siggins. His ball goes towards the boundary. It's kept in. Little kick goes to Heavey, Alex Heavey. Finds a target, but it's the opposition that he hits up, and it's Jamison House. So House wants to play on quickly and does. His kick's a dangerous one. And now Baker dragged down, got the handball away. Lonnie, though, get it out of danger just. Bouncing ball. Here's Paul Freeman. Runs onto it. Handball's over the top. Finds a player in Casey Brown, who goes inside 50. Mark not taken by Riley. Out of bounds.
Played really well today, Oscar Shaw. He's got that matchup on the Hudson Medal leader in Dylan Ryle, and he's fair to say he's probably got the better of Riley so far in this contest.
Fair shout, Ryan. Absolutely. Kept him very quiet so far. Only the 2 goal kickers, of course, for Launceston so far. Mitch Thorpe and Jake Hines, who got the first of the game. Here is that man, Mitch Thorpe. And now Joby Harper tried to get a little ground grubber. They get it out here, though, the Blues, right in the goal line. And free kick being paid to the Bombers, and Baker will get it on the last line of defence.
Not Mushka. That's how you pronounce the name, isn't it, Bruno?
Musica.
Musica, thank you very much. Sorry about that one. As they bring it back out now through Baker. He was the man that got that holding the ball free kick. They bring it out now. Tyler Martin's there. Gives it off to Sutton. Gives it over to number 2 in Josh Williams, the inclusion today for Nathan Oakes. It's all Blues now as they look to rebound back inside 50. Great tackle by Alex Heavey. Not rewarded by the umpire. Jared Dakin's there for the Blues. Looks like a bit of push and shove here, just on the centre half forward line with Bryce Walsh.
There's not much love here between these two teams. Look at that tackle from
Great tackle.
Standing.
They definitely don't like each other, these two teams. Played in a lot of finals over the last couple of years together. Looks like number 13 in Ryan Tyrrell's got a free kick after that. That bit of push and shove. He kicks to the goal line. And it's all Bombers as Will Poland spills the grab, but it trickles over the line for a behind. And As we said, we're nearly 9 minutes gone in this third quarter, and if the Blues, are going to make a bit of a comeback, it has to start soon.
So Baker hits it up and goes straight down the throat of the opposition player in Brendan Taylor, who wastes no time getting it inside, and a nice mark taken by the first goal kicker of the afternoon here, Jake Hines. It's been a long time between drinks. He'd love to go back and slot this one and give his team a little bit of spark and hope in this game.
It's a really good kick inside 50 there by the Blues. Obviously hit up, as you said, Brent the man to kick the first goal in Hines, and they're going to have their first shot on goal since early in the first quarter.
Burst onto the scene a couple of years ago, Jake Hines. In he comes directly in front, and by the sounds of the voices there, he's hit it well, and Jake Hines has his second, but more importantly, Launceston get a spark they most desperately needed.
I'll give them a world of confidence. As we said, they're a team that when they go inside 50, they've got enough targets down there that if they can get a clean grab inside 50, they've got a lot of straight shooters. So as we said, Dylan Riley's been well held today by Oscar Shaw. So if a man like Jake Hines, who's bobbed up and kicked 2, along with Mitch Torp's 1, if Hines can put a bit of forward line pressure on, take a couple of grabs down there along with the other forwards, Alec Wright, if Jay Blackberry floats down there, they can definitely give themselves a shot of this contest. As the ball goes back up now, Smith wins that one down, straight down to Bell Chambers. He dodges around a couple, kicks inside 50 for the Bombers. It's all Blues at the front though, and that man in Ryan Tyrrell has taken the mark for the Blues. He gives a quick kick over to Miller Hodge. He immediately plays on. He's going to kick this one inside 50, another attacking foray for the Blues. It's all Nick Baker though. He gives off to number 43, that man in Josh McGuinness. Back to Baker. He's got a bit of pressure, but he gets around him. Does it Nick Baker. He kicks up to the far side of the ground, and a mark's being taken by the big man in Auckland. Wearing the number 90. Not sure we've seen another number 90 in the TSL history. He brings
pretty much guarantee that, I reckon.
Guarantee it. I'm right on the call there. He drives down the line, but Nick Baker again's taking a mark, and he's working himself into this game really well as Nick Baker in that defensive 50. Kick's not a great one though. It's going to trickle over the line just in front of Hayden Smith, who gives a bit back to Brody Powerfreeman.
Interesting story, Timmy Auckland. He signed with Clarence.
He did, yep.
Late last year. Actually announced that at their best and fairest night, along with Josh Green. There was a lot of excitement, then decided he was heading back into state, and then back and signed with Launceston as the ball goes inside 50 for Lauderdale. What can the Blues muster here? They're in a bit of strife, and it sounds like there'll be a free kick paid here to the Blues. So they'll work it out of defence now. Jamison House and hits up Dakin, young gunner of the comp. It's Chug on the chest. He plays on quickly. Poulfreyman. I'm watching him play footy. Brody Poulfreyman. Inside 50 pack forms. Ends up with Smith. Throws it on the boot. Hayden Smith. Bryce Walsh couldn't take the mark, but ends up with a footy, does well. And a good overhead mark from Alex Heavey, veteran of this side. Been here for those 3 grand finals, last 3 grand finals. Good mark there too by Sam Tilley. Kicked the goal earlier this afternoon. Now Robbie McManus has got some time and space. He drives it long. Mark not taken. The defender did well there for Launceston. Ball to ground. Out the back door, though, is Havea. Has a look at the big sticks and has hit it wide and through for a minor score. Nice bit of play, though, from the Bombers.
It was. Deserved a goal there, Havea. Just snuck out the back door with a footy and had a shot on goal, but he's just missed. Could have been his third for the day, the big man in Havea. The Blues going to get this one out through that man in Joby Harper. He kicks out to Tyrrell. It's going to slow this play up as we're approaching the 15-minute mark, which means time on in this third quarter. With Lauderdale a fair way ahead on the scoreboard, but the Blues are going to look to drive inside 50 now. Hines get that one down, looks for Mitch Thorpe. Looks like the ball's been out of play, it has. And a bit of push and shove there from that goal kicker in Hines and Walsh. Walsh has been dropped on the ground, but he's back up on his feet. And we're going to have a ball in just inside the forward 50 for the Blues. Have looked good in this third quarter. After that second quarter, it was all the Bombers. They've had a fair few inside 50s, but just the one goal to speak of. This ball comes back in now. Thorpe in the ruck as he has done all day in that forward 50. Joby Harper gets a quick kick out of the pack. No one in the square. It's bouncing. I think it's going to go through. It has. Absolute beauty of a goal by Joby Harper. Whistle's blown though.
Yeah, whistle's blown here. Something going on. Bryce Walsh, the player down there for the Bombers.
That's your fault, shit for brains!
Well, crowd getting into it here too at Skybus Oval. And looks like it'll be a Lauderdale free kick or a Launceston free kick.
Looks like all that good work from the goal from Joby Harper might come undone here.
So just waiting to see exactly. Looks like there's going to be a Lauderdale free kick, is it? It's a replay. There's the Harper goal, which was an absolute beauty. Curled it around perfectly. Bouncing ball into the square and did very nicely. And looks like it's a free kick to Lauderdale. Josh McGuinness has it. Kalkovsky now, far side of the ground. Walsh just dodges a few. Inside 50.
Might have been another free kick there.
I think it is.
Yep. Just silly there from number 22 in Musica.
Yeah, bit undisciplined, wasn't it?
Just Walsh was the one in that play before, so I wanted to give him a bit afterwards. And we see here on the replay, Walsh gets it, and it's a really probably late hit on Walsh. And yeah, just dumb footy by the Blues after all that good work from Joby Harper with that goal. They're going to have a shot on goal now through Tyler Martin.
They are indeed. So, as you say, did that good work at the other end, the Blues, and they're going to be made to pay here, potentially through Tyler Martin. In he comes. Slight angle he'll kick from, but doesn't matter. He's split the middle, and the Bombers get one back. They take their total to the day to 70 points. Launceston 29. Incredible stuff here at Lauderdale. 41-point margin as we approach three-quarter time.
We expected a high-scoring game pre-game, but we thought it would be from both sides. But as we said, it's probably been all Lauderdale since the 12 to 15-minute mark of the first quarter. And even though Launceston have worked their way back into this game nicely with a bit of ascendancy early in this third quarter, as we said, all that good work from the Joby Harper goals come undone from a bit of undisciplined play from the Blues. Ball goes back up now. Auckland wins that one down. Handball off to Heavey. He kicks forward. Ball goes inside 50, bounces in front of Tyler Martin. He gives that one off though, does the Blues midfielder. But Robbie McManus drives that ball back inside 50, looking for Harry Richmond. He gets a ball, nice little pick up by Richmond, gives it off to Siggins. Smart handball back to Richmond. He gives off to Martin. He drives back deep inside 50. Players there over the back. It's all Bombers. It's going to be Luke Nelson. All Bombers at the back, and Luke Nelson's the beneficiary. That hurts.
It's about game over now. You'd think it's going to be very hard to come back from here as we have a look at the replay. Just spilled out the back perfectly. It was going to be Kalkovsky or Nelson, and as you can see, the number 11 ended up putting it through.
Take your pick.
Exactly right. So you can see there, the Blues defence not happy with that at all. And the margin now, 47 points. We wait the restart here. Wouldn't be a heap of time left in this third quarter. See behind there, the Lauderdale coaching staff. They'd be grinning from ear to ear at the moment. Exactly the sort of win they were after here. There's still plenty of time left. We know that as we see the free kick paid here to Dakin. And Dakin tries to spot a target. Mistimed it. But they still get it back here, the Blues. Inside 50 they go. Plenty of time, plenty of space. They have a look at goal. It is offline though, minus score. So back to a 46-point ball game. We've almost gone 18 minutes here in the third quarter, the premiership quarter. No real gains made though for Launceston. Here's Poland. Hits it inside the centre square. Pack forms and flies, but ball to ground. Quick hands though. The Bombers get it out. They're wrapped up. Have a ball up.
Man wrapped up with the footy there was, looked like it might have been Sam Tilley, the inclusion at 8. Ball comes back out now. Blackberry's got it. He drives that forward with a handball on the deck. But it's all Bombers now as the goal kicker. Luke Nelson's got it. Gives a handball off to Josh McGuinness. The star of the competition kicks forward. Looks for Harry Richmond. He can't take it though. Man in front is Jacob Boyd for the Blues. Richmond follows up well with a nice tackle. And we're going to have a ball up just on the far side wing of Skybus Oval. So as we say, we're just 19 minutes gone in this third quarter, and it's been all Lauderdale in this contest so far, in a game we thought would be a lot tighter than it has been. But if you're a Lauderdale fan, you'd be a very happy fan today.
Yeah, indeed, it's an important win, isn't it? If they manage to get it done here, Lauderdale, as far as finals goes, it almost shores them up a spot as the ball spills out the back here for Launceston. Oh, beautiful stuff here from the Blues. And now they have a look at goal. Might have been Harper. And looks like he's hit that sweetly. And they get one back here at Skybus Oval.
As you said, Bruno, Riley was the man that was moving so quick that he ran over his own feet, but he recovered really well there, gave the handball off to Joby Harper, and he's kicked his second of the game and his second of the quarter. He's probably got off the leash from Bryce Walsh in the last 5 to 6 minutes. We see here on the replay, Riley with a bit of smart play, tapping the ball in front. He just fell to ground, but just the tumble up and gives a really smart handball off there to Joby Harper. And again, he puts a long bomb through the big sticks, and he's kicked 2 for the quarter.
Yeah, lovely goal that. They need a few more of them though, Ryan.
They do. What are we? 40 points down now. It's going to be tough. Ball comes back up. Have's in the ruck now against Auckland. Whistle's blown though. I think it might be a free kick to the Blues through Seymour. It is. Free kick against Josh McGuinness there. 2 guns of the competition matching up in the centre. Fletcher Seymour kicks inside 50. Ball trickles over the back. Poland's there. Mitch Thorpe might have come off the boot there. Don't think it's going to go through. Hines keeps that one in play. Don't think he has though. It's gone through for a behind. The Bombers say. The goal umpire agrees. As we've just ticked over the 20-minute mark of the third quarter. Kick out now for the Bombers. So they bring this one out through Baker. He drives to the far side of the ground. Looks for a play there in Have. He goes to ground, but it's good enough to get the ground ball. Tries to give it to Walsh, but it doesn't come off. Kick back inside 50 for the Blues. Shot on goal. It's drifted again wide, and it's another behind.
They're starting to attack, aren't they?
They are.
So trying to work themselves back into this game, but as we keep saying, a huge mountain to climb. But if there's a team that can do it, it's probably Launceston. One of the form teams of the competition. We know that. As Baker brings it back in for the red and black. Havea couldn't take the mark. Out the back, kick from Chug. Inside 50. Can they get one more before three-quarter time? Musica. He's wrapped up by a couple of defenders. Taylor tried to get the kick away. And now they look at goal through Riley. Dylan Riley, can he produce something? Oh, you betcha he can. Lonnie are back in town here. They kicked the last couple. They're bridging this gap slowly.
What an absolute pearl of a goal from Dylan Riley. That's what he can do. As we saw the game at North Hobart Oval where he burst free and he kicked 4 goals in the third quarter. And although he hasn't done that today, it's a bit of players like that that can show you why he's leading the Hudson medal at this point of the season.
Well, he's lifted, hasn't he?
He has.
The last couple of minutes he's been superb, and that's an amazing goal. Just to give him a spark heading into three-quarter time. Huge goal that. Wouldn't be too much longer left to go in this quarter.
I was about to say they can get one late, the Blues. They'd fancy themselves in the last quarter, and that's exactly what they've done. As Havea wins that one down over Auckland, he follows up his own ruck work, kicks inside 50, looking for number 7, Will Francis. He can't get it though. The Blues are going to rebound out of the back 50 now. Kick into the centre of the ground, looking for number 14 in Casey Brown. He can't take it. McGuinness is there for the Bombers. He gets a handball off to no one in particular. Siggins is there to applying a bit of pressure. Good pressure. I think whistle's been blown.
Late whistle.
Was late whistle, Breno, but the ball's gone inside 50 for the Bombers. A late one here would be damaging for the Blues. Really cancel out that goal they kick late. It's Bell Chambers now. Kicks inside 50. Centres that ball. He's got a free man over the back. I think it might have been a free kick there. Heavey's been taken with front-on contact. He tried his best, Jacob Boyd, to work that well, but as we see a lot in footy these days, if you go at the player front on when they're going for a mark, 9 times out of 10 it's going to be a free kick to the man with the advantage, and that was the case this time with Alex Heavey.
Yeah, well, this will be a blow for the Blues. They've done some hard work in the last 5 to 10 minutes, and right on three-quarter time, which we believe the sign wouldn't be too far away, this will be a bit of blow.
It would, Breno, as Alex Heavey now. As we said, he's been a stalwart of this Lauderdale side, played in all 3 grand finals. He comes in now, Heavey. Looks good off the boot. Doesn't look
Hit the
all
woodwork.
that good though, as it's hit the woodwork just. And Alex Heavey has let Launceston, getting my L's mixed up, off with a lifeline there.
Well, it's a big torp in and a good mark from Seymour, but the siren beats the Blues. And that is three-quarter time. They just had a bit of a spark there, though, in the last 10 minutes of that quarter, Launceston, to get themselves back to a 33-point buffer. Lauderdale 77, 12-5, 77 to Launceston 6-8, 44. Do you give the Blues any sniff right in this last term?
Oh, they're a side that if any side was going to come back this kind of margin, Brendan, to be Launceston after the year they've had. So I give them a slight sniff, but Lauderdale have been incredibly good today, so I can't see it happening. But in saying that, I wouldn't be surprised. So with that answer, I probably haven't given you much at all.
Well, it's been an entertaining game regardless. We've enjoyed every moment of it so far. Bringing it to you here on Saturday afternoon, TSL footy on the live stream. We'll take a short break and come back with what will hopefully be an exciting final term really soon. Calling for an option. He wastes no time in playing on and getting it into attack for Lauderdale. And here's the man that kicked 3 in the first half. Sam Siggins takes it up.
Bell Chambers gives it off to Nelson. He kicks a high ball inside 50, looking for the man in front. He's taken a grab, has number 29. I thought it was that man in Harry Richmond, his first of the day. I think he might have kicked that one. It looks good off the boot. He has. Harry Richmond extends the lead for the Bombers. They're out to an 8-goal lead.
Yeah, well, that's a bitter blow for Launceston. They'll be really unhappy with that. And now Joby Harper tried to get a little ground grubber. They get it out here, though, the Blues, right in the goal line. And free kick being paid to the Bombers, and Baker will get it.
All Blues now as they look to rebound back inside 50. Great tackle by Alex Heavey. Not rewarded by the umpire.
Down the throat of the opposition player in Brendan Taylor, who wastes no time getting it inside, and a nice mark taken by the first goal kicker of the afternoon here, Jake.
Since early in the first quarter.
Burst onto the scene a couple of years ago, Jake Hines. In he comes directly in front, and by the sounds of the voices there, he's hit it well, and Jake Hines has his second, but more importantly, Launceston get a spark they most desperately needed.
I'll give them a world of confidence.
Ball to ground. Out the back door, though, is Havea. Has a look at the big sticks and has hit it wide and through for a minor score. Nice bit of play.
Thorpe in the ruck as he has done all day in that forward 50. Joby Harper gets a quick kick out of the pack. No one in the square. It's bouncing. I think it's going to go through. It has. Absolute beauty of a goal by Joby Harper.
Lauderdale, Josh McGuinness has it. Kalkowski now, far side of the ground. Walsh just dodges a few. Inside 50.
Might have been another free kick there.
I think it is.
Just silly there from
Martin. In he comes. Slight angle he'll kick from, but doesn't matter. He's split the middle. And the Bombers get one back. They take their total to the day to 70 points. Launceston 29.
Richmond. He gives off to Martin. He drives back deep inside 50. Players there over the back. It's all Bombers. It's going to be Luke Nelson. All Bombers at the back, and Luke Nelson's the beneficiary. That hurts.
Misread, mistimed it. But they still get it back here, the Blues. Inside 50 they go. Plenty of time, plenty of space. They have a look at goal. It is offline, though. Minor score. So almost shores them up a spot as the ball spills out the back here for Launceston. Oh, beautiful stuff here from the Blues. And now they have a look at goal. Might have been Harper. And looks like he's hit that sweetly from Chug. Inside 50. Can they get one more before three-quarter time? Musica. He's wrapped up by a couple of defenders. Taylor tried to get the kick away. And now they look at goal through Riley. Dylan Riley, can he produce something? Oh, you betcha he can. Lonnie are back in town here. They kicked the last couple. They're bridging this gap slowly.
What a kick late. As Bell Chambers now kicks inside 50.
Welcome back to Skybus Oval here in Lauderdale. Launceston staging a mini fight back late in that third quarter. but it's still Lauderdale leading at the last change, 12-5, 77 to 6-8, 44. Brent Costello with you alongside Ryan Rosendale. And Ryan, Lonnie won that third quarter.
They did, yeah. Brenner was speaking during the break. They actually controlled a fair bit of the play in that quarter, and they were able to win that quarter by 8 points, 4-4, 28 to 3-2, 20. So they did what they needed to do in terms of getting back a bit of scoreboard ascendancy, but with the Bombers able to pile on 3 goals of their own, it makes it incredibly tough in this last quarter for the Blues.
It does, but as you said, heading into the break there, if any team can do it, it's this team that's been in red-hot form through most of the season, coming off a big win against Glenorchy last weekend. Lauderdale coming off a, fair to say, probably a shock loss to Clarence. So, important game for both teams. More probably important for Lauderdale, given the tightness of the bottom half of the top 4. We think the two Lonnie teams will finish 1 and 2 on the ladder. But the rest is up for grabs at the moment, particularly with the Tigers winning on Wednesday night. They've got another game tomorrow.
Speak of that tightness, Brent, I've just got a score update out at Richmond Oval and North Lonnie after Clarence held a lead at half-time. Ran over the top of the Roos, so North Lonnie take that game 10-8, 68 to Clarence 9-5, 59. So if Lauderdale can hold on here, that'll give them a good little buffer against the Roos in the battle for 3rd and 4th.
Well, Jeremy Webberley would be delighted with that result.
Absolutely,
He had 7 to 8 blokes, including himself, out. And they've got within 9 points of the reigning premiers. So while they'll be disappointed not to have won, that's a pretty impressive result from Clarence as we restart here in the last quarter. Harper gets the handball off the ground. Oscar Shaw's run down by Riley. So that's been an interesting duel this afternoon. So we're in Launceston's attacking half of the ground here. Probably think the kicking ends to the right of screen, but look at this. Here's Musica. Kick was a little ground grubber to Thorpe. Poland dragged down by Thorpe in the end. Kalkowski goes up the line. Who's there? Went back for the fly, the one-handed mark, but here's Nelson. Kicks off the ground, bouncing ball out of bounds.
Touchback on Clarence, Brennan. They've probably been the surprise packet of the season so far. A lot of people thought with the youth coming through, they weren't too sure what to expect from the Roos, but as you said, Jeremy Webberley's done a terrific job so far this year, and it looks to me with 3 rounds to go, they might make the finals.
Absolutely. As we have the ball back into play. Ball fell well short of the ruckman. Might see that come back in again, we will. 77 plays 44. Lonnie need the first goal here in the final term. Give themselves some hope they can win this contest. Here's JB Harper. He's wrapped up by 2 tacklers. And it's like he's been pinged there.
Bryce Walsh again, as he has done all day, he's been on JB Harper's backside. And apart from that little patch early in the third quarter that Harper was able to kick 2 goals, Bryce has done a terrific job on the informed player of the competition. Kalkowski just shows Harper the candy. He kicks inside 50. It's a beautiful kick to the leading number 26 in Tyler Martin, and that was terrific bit of play. Harry Richmond. Thank you, Brent. Got my 6s and my 9s mixed up there. Harry Richmond has taken a terrific grab after that blistering bit of play from Adrian Kalkowski.
Yeah, sold the candy bit. He's been impressive, Kalkowski.
He has. So Harry Richmond now comes into goal, looking for his 2nd goal of the game. I think they like it off the boot, do the Bombers. They do. It's going to make it incredibly tough as Harry Richmond kicks his 2nd goal of the day.
Yeah, it is indeed now. 83. That'll take Lauderdale 2 to 44. So they needed that first one just to give them some spark, and unfortunately that'll take the wind out of their sails. The Blues. Clock will be their enemy now. We've almost gone 3 minutes in this final term. Lead is 39 points. So
good even spread for the goal kicking today for the Bombers. Siggins has kicked the 3 and Havea and Richmond the 2, and then the rest have been singles. So a nice spread.
Ball one down by Auckland. Here's Kalkowski again. Got the ball away just in time. Here's McGuinness. Josh McGuinness tries to spot a target. Siggins was there, but nice mark taken in the end by Jamison House. House, once he got an offer, he's hit it straight down the throat of Luke Nelson. As we said, he's been really impressive since coming into this team halfway through, or probably a quarter of the way through the season.
Been really, obviously those three, he's one of those three imports from the VFL, along with Nathan Oakes, who's not out there today, was laid out, and the man we spoke of just before, Adrian Kowalski. So when you bring three guys of VFL calibre into a side that's played in, 3 grand finals in a row, it just makes them even stronger.
Pretty much right behind this kick, so we'll know straight away if it's online or not. He sort of bends around a little, and that looks pretty good. He's just hit the post. So a nice effort there from Luke Nelson, but just the point to show for it.
Good off the boot, but as Breno said, just hit the post right at the end. So Bombers now lead this game 84-44, and just 5 minutes gone in the last quarter. So it's got to be all Launceston now if they want to win this contest, as they bring it back out now to the far side of the ground. He's claimed the mark there has Joby Harper. I think he's been paid it. He has in front of Bryce Walsh. He gets a quick kick off to number 6 in Jack Donnellan, and he's immediately tackled by Robbie McManus. I think he's going to be rewarded. He is. Robbie McManus, a man we spoke of earlier in the game as a stalwart of this side. He's been rewarded. I think it might have been 50 paid with that second whistle it has. And it's going to be a Robbie McManus shot on goal, I'd say so, inside forward 50.
In a hurry too to get there. He is. Robbie McManus.
So good kick on goal too, Robbie McManus. So hopefully he's not going to let me down here after saying that. I haven't put the commentator's curse on him at all. So
it is a thing.
Robbie McManus, as we said, he's probably one of the unheralded midfield stars of this lineup for Lauderdale. He's been an absolute champion player of this footy club. As he comes in now, Robbie McManus. Good approach. And he's kicked it straight through the big sticks, Robbie McManus. And he extends that Bombers lead to 90-44. Extremely difficult now for the Blues.
Yeah, wonderful servant of this footy club. Robbie McManus played game number 200 last week out at Richmond against Clarence, so didn't get the celebration he wanted after that game, Ryan, but they'll be celebrating tonight down here at Skybus Oval.
No doubt. Yeah, I think I mentioned on the call a couple of weeks ago with Anthony Osborne, guys like Alex Heavey and Robbie McManus and probably Reece Sutton are probably three of these absolute consistently well-played midfielders that don't get the plaudits they deserve in this outstanding lineup for Lauderdale.
You'd love to see them win a flag too before their time's up. They've obviously played in the last 3 grand finals, those veteran players, and haven't been able to taste the ultimate success just yet. See a big tackle there from Bell Chambers, another one that's been a part of these 3 grand final sides. Could this be their year? Could things click for them in the back half of this season, Lauderdale? This is a good start for it today to get the ball rolling after a little hiccup last week. Here's Seymour. Ball didn't travel too far. Harper, just a one-handed grab down. And the umpire says, I'll have it, thanks.
It's fair to say Darren Winter will be incredibly impressed with the job his skipper's done today on Joby Harper.
Yeah, well, that's right. They've kicked a couple of goals, I think, Harper.
Yeah, kicked 2.
Certainly not the dominance we've seen, particularly last week, I guess, against Glenorchy. And looking ahead to next week too, Ryan, a big test. This will be a real test for Lauderdale. They go to UTAS Stadium to take on North Launceston, so that'll give them a real good indication of where they're at.
It will, definitely.
And for Launceston, they're at home to North Hobart at Windsor Park, so that will be a tricky test as well against North Hobart, who'll be coming off an extended break after playing. And now look at this, touch ball in the end. Bouncing footy. Launceston need to work it out, but the ball spills to ground for a ball up.
Lonnie and North Hobart probably played the game of the year back in the early part of the season at North Hobart. I think it was a 3-point win to the Blues in the end, so that should be a cracking contest next week.
Clever to Nelson. Really nice play from Lauderdale.
As you said, Breno, Havea just with a quick handball out there, and Luke Nelson pops through his second of the day, Luke Nelson. So, as we said, he's been a lively goal kicker probably since the buys come for the Bombers. As we see it on the replay there, it wasn't a handball, sorry, it was a little tap out from Havea, and he's lively when he goes in the ruck too, Ty Havea. He can go forward, he can give Hayden Smith a chop out in the ruck, and Luke Nelson, as I was saying just before, he's since the bye, they've been able to reset the Bombers, and it seems like the imports have settled nicely into this Bombers outfit. And Luke Nelson's, I think he's running high up in the Hudson Medal tally so far this season after a busy few weeks in front of the big sticks. Sutton now. He's driven on the ground by the Bombers midfielder. He's going to be a ball up as Lauderdale lead this contest 15-6-96 to Launceston 6-8-44 as we approach the 9-minute mark of the last quarter. Siggins with a handball out to Baker. Baker gives that one to McGuinness. He goes backwards to Sutton. Sutton now drives this one up the wing. Kicks in front. No push there. It is a push, sorry. Called it early. Heavey's got the free kick. He's going to look to drive this one inside 50 for the Bombers. He does. Ball goes straight down the throat, though, of the Blues defender.
Jacob Boyd.
Jacob Boyd, thank you. I knew it was a J. So Boyd now, he brings it back out. Goes up the line looking for Auckland. He can't bring that down. McManus has got it. He's going to drive this one back inside 50. Free man there's got it. Harry Richmond takes a great grab, and he's done that a lot today. He's found himself free inside 50, and he's taken a nice couple of grabs.
It has indeed been lively for them. This to bring up the ton. Potentially, he can convert here, Richmond.
Not sure many teams have brought up the ton this year, Bruno, so it'll be a nice little achievement for the Bombers. As Harry Richmond now comes in, just on the pain of 50. I think they like it off the boot, the Bombers, and that's it. They've brought up the ton, Lauderdale. He's kicked his third goal, Harry Richmond.
They can't put a foot wrong at the moment. The Bombers, big lead now, 58 points, if you don't mind. So complete domination from the Bombers this afternoon. This is a huge win for them against a quality opposition. Just what they needed after a hiccup last week against their arch rivals Clarence. To bounce back in this fashion, they'll be super pleased with this.
Probably just solidifies, as you said, Bruno, the hiccup they had last week, because ever since they came back from the bye, they had two really good wins over the Tigers and North Hobart, both at home. So last week might just have been a blip on the radar.
So ball inside the centre square here. Dakin got it out to Musica. And they switch play here a little, the Blues. And they add some respectability to this scoreboard. Riley gets it off to the running Blackberry, who looks for Thorpe, who just went over the top of his head, and will have a boundary throw in. 16-6 to 6-8. 10-goal margin here. Who would have thought it on the way to the game today that this would be the margin we were talking about between these two teams? In it comes. Thorpe palmed it down, but Poland got the handball away. McManus now under pressure. Did well though. Kalkowski. Bombers defence under enormous pressure, but somehow they managed to get out of it, and the ball dribbled out for another boundary throw-in. 11 minutes, 30 gone, final term. TSL round 10. Got another live stream coming your way tomorrow afternoon from KG5. Glenorchy hosting Kingborough. Magpies coming off a week off, and a week since their last game, and the Tigers, the really short turnaround. How will they adjust? As you see Baker here now to Poland. And good grab from McGuinness. The ever reliable hands of Josh McGuinness, star. Former Brisbane Lions draftee, of course.
Absolute star, as you said, Bruno. He kicks up the line. Forms a pack there, a few players, but it's all Blues now. They give it out now to number 4 and Alec Wright. He kicks to a free man in the middle of the ground. He takes a mark, kicks inside 50. It's not a great kick in front of Dylan Riley. Oscar Shaw's there on his tail, as he has been all game. He's wrapped up, is Oscar Shaw, by Dylan Riley. We're going to have a ball up just on the pain of 50 for the Blues as we approach time on in the fourth quarter. Thorpe goes up, wins that tap down. Baker's got it though. He's played a really good game today, Nick Baker. Picked up a lot of ball in that defensive 50. Dylan Riley's there. Oscar Shaw's hot on his tail. Gives a handball out Riley. Kick around goal from, I think that's Jake Hines. I think he's kicked that through the big sticks. He has. Jake Hines puts his third on the board. He's been lively today.
Yeah, he has. He's been good. Said he sort of broke onto the scene a few years ago, Jake Hines, and he's had a good afternoon out this afternoon. Shining light for Launceston in this what will be a pretty heavy loss to Lauderdale. Good handball from Dylan Riley too to set up that goal. And there you have it. Beautiful snap. 6 points to the Blues.
So, Bruno, definitely their biggest loss of the year. I think they had 20-odd point loss to North Launceston a few weeks ago, and then they had that 1 point loss to Clarence. So they haven't felt a defeat like this all year, the Blues.
Auckland now, Bell Chambers for the Bombers. And move it forward. And almost a one-handed grab there. Put the juke out, Joshy McGuinness, but didn't work for him. And seen over there by Tilly. Kicked a goal earlier in the game. So you wait the throw in. Just over 14 minutes gone this final term. In it comes. Auckland and Smith go at it. Fletcher Seymour wrapped up in a huge Bell Chambers tackle. Ball up. See the new head of AFL Tasmania there in the background, Damien Gill.
He's getting around the people.
James Bresnahan from the Mercury. Couple of big names there.
All the big names down at the tip.
Absolutely. So we wait for the dying embers of this game. It's going to be a big win to Lauderdale. 52 points is the lead as it stands. Smith hit it down. Nelson again. Smith did well for a big man. Nelson. They move it forward. Touched by Launceston out of bounds.
Heard the deliberate call there. It's funny what players look to get past the umpires these days. Don't think he could have done much else there, Jake Smith, sorry. As the ball comes back in. House goes up against Siggins, but Siggins wins that one down straight out of the ruck. Goes to the square. It's going to be punched over the line by number 10 in Jacob Boyd. And that extends the margin to 53 points in favour of the Bombers as the Blues bring this one back out now. Alec Wright's the man in front. Gets immediately tackled though. Really good tackle by number 17 in Nick Baker. The Bombers, get this one out. Looks like Siggins on the back. Bottom of that pack. Blues on top of him everywhere. Nick Baker doesn't like the attention he received there, Josh McGuinness. And players dissipate there as the ball's thrown back up now. Smith wins that run down straight to Nelson. He kicks inside 50, short little ball to Heavey, but it's punch over the line by Jacob Boyd. We have another boundary throw in just on inside 50 as we have ticked over just in the time on in the last quarter.
Yes, big win for Lauderdale. Be a long trip home for the Blues tonight, but they're in a good spot still. No doubt about that. They'll be there when the whips are cracking in a few weeks' time when the finals begin. Don't worry about that. One of the teams to beat, there's no doubt. They'll just put this down to a bit of a hiccup this afternoon. I'll learn from it. See a blood rule here.
Obviously this year, with the shortened season, we've got a 4-team final series, and as things stand at the minute, I think North Launceston will probably take top spot now, so Lonnie go to second and Lauderdale sit at 3, so we could see a rematch of these two teams in the finals, and the Bombers would take a wealth of confidence from this contest today.
So it'd be 1v2, 3v4.
Right.
1v2 would go to the granny. I think it's a 3-week final series, and then the loser of 1v2 plays the winner 3v4 in a prelim.
My little spreadsheet was wrong then, sent to be my the powers that be.
Well, I could be wrong.
AFL
that's the way I thought it would work. As we see Bell Chambers throw it on the boot, and that's got there.
Huge.
Extraordinary goal from Phil Bell Chambers. Just some icing on the cake for Lauderdale this afternoon.
Massive goal there by Phil Bell Chambers, and I guess either way, as we reflect back on the talk about finals, either way, if it ends up being, as you said, Breno, a 3v4, we might get an Eastern Shore rivalry final if Clarence do.
How did your final? You run me through your final system, right?
My finals spreadsheet that was sent to me by that man in Damien Gill read first versus fourth in a semi and second versus third in a semi.
Is that right?
So either way, it could be a two mouth-watering clashes if it is Lauderdale Launceston, or as things stand at the minute, it could be Lauderdale Clarence.
Okay.
So we'll get confirmation on that one, and we might bring the outcome of that one to you tomorrow on
Doesn't
the stream.
make much sense to me.
No, it didn't to me either this morning, but I'm just going off what I've been told. So we'll get a definitive answer on that one for everyone tomorrow as the ball comes back out now. It's inside 50 for the Bombers as Walsh has got it. He's going to kick this to Bell Chambers, but it's a really good spoil over the back there. It's fallen on the ground. I think it's through for the Bombers. It is. Not sure who the recipient of that ball was, the man that kicked the goal.
It's party time, whoever it was.
It is party time. I think it might have been Harry Richmond. Looks like he's the man everyone's getting around. So Harry Richmond's got the crumbs on that one. He's put through his 4th of the day. As we see it on the replay here, Bell Chambers was the man that tried to take the mark. It was a good spoil there. And it is Harry Richmond. Nice little snap around the body, and he's put, as I said, put his 4th through the big sticks.
He's been good, hasn't he?
He has.
2 times I've seen Lauderdale in recent weeks. It's been a lively type for them up forward, so they'll be really happy with his progress this season. Can't be too long left in this game. We've ticked over 19 minutes. Big tap down, and they want to go again here. Lauderdale, they're not done with just yet. Percentage always important in these competitions, as we see the ball go back inside 50 through Tyler Martin. Good mark. Running back with a flight there to Isaac Chugg. He plays on quickly. Sutton's there. So is Fletcher Seymour. Ball still alive here. And that might be a free kick. Umpire let it go. Going inside again was Martin. Has he got a target? Here's Heavey. And the don't argue there came from Chugg. Now we can take the mark.
Bit behind play here with Chugg and
going on.
Tilly, I think that man is. It is. He wasn't too happy, the Launceston defender, with the tackle from Tilly, but as it has all day, it's dissipated quickly from these two teams. But as we said, don't really like each other at all, as Bryce Walsh tackles Joby Harper to the ground. Oh,
there's soccer
Benny McGuinness, just a
McGuinness.
bit of a little kick up there off the ground, and
it's a free kick here to Lauderdale.
To Benny McGuinness, so he's going to get a free kick just in the centre of the ground. Still we see it, just a nice little kick up there to number 35 in Nicholas Connors. And
here he goes inside 50. McGuinness couldn't find the target he was after, his brother Josh. And now out the back, and they get one more here. Josh McGuinness tried to get boot to ball. It's kicked away though by Launceston through Chugg, and out of bounds for a boundary throw in.
He's done some good things today, Benny McGuinness, on his return to the Lauderdale outfit.
Well, we know he's such a good player, isn't he?
He is.
I've seen him star in a few final series for Lauderdale over the years. As the ball comes back in here, House throws it on the boot. Bouncing ball. And now McManus got the quick handball away. Walsh tries to get the ball out. He's wrapped up with a couple of tacklers. Have a ball up. Almost 22 minutes gone now. And they'll be singing. See the Bombers fly up nice and loudly tonight. This footy team, it's been a magnificent response from last week's loss to Clarence. Come down here and defeat one of the best teams in the comp like they have, as Havea goes inside once again. Ball spills out the back. Picked up by Tilly. He's right on the boundary. And mark not taken. It is by Chugg on the last line of defence. Brings it back out of defence now. Paul Freeman, little kick up. Handball to Lauderdale now. It's their advantage. Coming through was Raglione. And that has missed the lot, I think, out of bounds on the full.
Has. Chugg's going to be the man to bring this ball back into play, as we wouldn't be far away from the siren at all. Dangerous kick, but it's come off well to Ryan Tyrrell. He plays on immediately. He brings it wide to number 8 in Miller Hodge. So he's going to bring this one out of the defensive 50 now to the commentary side of the ground. The goal kicker there in Hines is there, but it's just marked inside of play. He's done well there, Jake Hines. He's played well today. He gives it off to Seymour. He gives a quick handball. Kicked down the line by the Blues. Infringed upon there, says the umpire. So Dylan Riley's going to get the free kick. He's going to play on immediately. Kicks inside 50. Big man's there. Oh. Great grab. Absolutely great grab there from the Launceston player.
Casey Brown.
Casey Brown. Thank you, Brent. Went up really high with that mark, with that ball, as we see here. Riley kicks it in, and he came from absolutely nowhere. Casey Brown, he took an absolutely great grab.
Arms fully extended. Beautiful stuff. Casey Brown. Add some respectability to the scoreboard here if you can convert.
Take the margin back to 59 points here. Casey Brown comes in now. Slow approach after that huge grab. Dance on the mark from the Lauderdale defender. I think he's missed. He didn't like it off the boot at all. Heard the oh no, and it's gone through for a behind.
So Poland will bring it back in for the Bombers. We wind down the clock here. Won't be too much time left till Lauderdale celebrate a wonderful win. Ball spills out the back. Now Auckland got it off to Holt, and now they're trying to keep it in here through Seymour. Handball didn't go too far, and Miller Hodge. Now Walsh. Mark taken by Hebe, didn't travel far enough probably. Ball not going too far here. They get it out. Can they get one more goal here, Launceston? Holt, Thorpe, bouncing ball. Riley. Can't get it out, but Lauderdale do. And there's the siren putting a full stop on a wonderful win for the Lauderdale Football Club. They have dominated Launceston this afternoon here at Skybus Oval. Final scores 18-7, 115 to 7-9, 51.
64-point win in the end of the Bombers, and it's fair to say that was their best performance of the year, as we said, coming off that shock loss to Clarence last week by 20 points out of Richmond Oval. It was definitely the response that Darren Winter and the coaching staff at the Bombers would have wanted, and apart from probably the first 6-7 minutes of the first quarter and a patch in the third quarter, it was definitely all Lauderdale today.
Absolutely. No, we absolutely wrapped with that, the Bombers. As we said, Launceston, they'll be pretty flat on the trip home, but we'll put it behind them pretty quickly, I reckon, and move on. Had a good win last week against Glenorchy, an undermanned Glenorchy, it's fair to say, but as we said, they've got a big game against North Hobart to look forward to now. Launceston, that'll be a tricky challenge in itself, with the Demons coming off an extended break, and a big challenge for Lauderdale too. They head to UTAS Stadium to take on the best team in the comp, North Launceston, next weekend, so that will be an absolute cracker as well. Been a good game this afternoon, right?
It has, yeah, and I was just about to mention, Brent, as you say, the Bombers will take a wealth of confidence given they play North Launceston next Saturday, but off that game next Saturday, they've got a quick turnaround to the following Wednesday night against Glenorchy at KG5. So a good win like this today will give them a wealth of confidence heading into two very tough opponents in the next 2 weeks.
Been a wonderful game this afternoon. Been great to bring it to you. Don't forget, we've got one more stream to come. The final game of round 10 tomorrow afternoon from KG5. Glenorchy host Kingborough. That should be a ripping contest as well, and has huge ramifications as far as the finals go. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage from Skybus Oval this afternoon. On behalf of myself, Brent Costello, and Ryan Rosendale, we'll see you tomorrow afternoon here on the TSL live stream.